Okay, I think we're back. And I'll take with me the memory. Yeah. We're back. Good to see you. How you doing? I don't know what, but we fixed it. Every once in a while, YouTube just says, hey, excellent connection, and then all of a sudden, receiving no information. And then excellent connection, and then no connection. So here we are, rebooted. To be my sunshine after the rain. So we're back. So let me go through the calendar one more time just because I'm not sure how good or how ain't good the last stream was and how much you caught. So amazing week, just amazing week this week. Nothing weak about this week. It's a strong week. Okay, so let's go through this. Holy smokes. We're going to start with RBA meeting minutes. I gave you the link in the last stream. I still have it here, so why don't I grab that? Okay, and you go to this page, the Reserve Bank of Aussie, but then you're going to go right here. Okay, it's probably going to move from this to the latest news section. So it's going to move from there to there. So you want to read that? Okay, if you want to look good in front of really beautiful people. Cool, because they're beautiful. And so what they desire is intelligence. And intelligent people, they desire beauty. Yeah, right? You want what you can't have. Anyway, so RBA meeting minutes, huge. That's this evening. Then we roll over to tomorrow. Okay, UK jobs report, huge. PPI in the United States, yeah, well, it's another inflation idea. So guess what? We're going to have inflation. Yeah. And Ford, by the way, reported 37 different suppliers are late on their deliveries. So yeah, we still have a supply chain problem. Okay. Then we zip over to import and exports out of Japan. Yes, we want to see them exporting, but we want to see that they can afford their imports. And you're going to see high import data because they're spending a lot of money importing energy at incredibly high prices. And so that's what you want to see there. And you want to see that there isn't demand destruction. Then we move over to retail sales, and we're going to look at demand destruction in the United States by retail sales. Okay, prices are high, but does that tamper or dampen enthusiasm to buy stuff? Remember, last year I was buying stuff at very, very high prices, and now those things are cheap. So maybe last year I was stupid for buying, but now compared to this year, I was smart. So that's cool. So I paid way too much last year, and now prices are significantly higher than last year. So, hey, okay. You got to, by the way, when you have inflation, you got to spend that cash as soon as you have it. Okay. You see the idea? When you have inflation, and people that are from high inflation countries know this. As soon as you have cash in hand, your cash is trash because you're going to lose 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% depending on inflation. So you got to convert your cash. You got to exchange your cash for some sort of asset. So anyways, has demand been destroyed yet from the higher prices? Well, that's why we want to look at that. Okay, inflation out of Canada, probably higher than expected. So we're going to want to pay attention to that. Okay, and then boom, we're right into it. There it is. Big interest rate decision in the United States of America. All hell could break loose. Followed by New Zealand GDP. Followed by Aussie jobs report. Like, unbelievable week. Like, it's just crazy, relentless week. Then we move over to Thursday, Bank of England interest rate decision and monetary policy. Just sick, right? Can't be any more. Oh, wait, Bank of Japan interest rate decision, monetary policy. Then kitty cat, check that out, kitty cat retail sales, and then China interest rate decision. And no, they just shut down Shenzhen. So are they cutting interest rates further? Are they cutting RRR even more? I mean, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this week is ridiculous. Okay? It's a ridiculous week. That is an amazing amount of event risk and source of volatility, and holy smokes. So be careful this week, y'all. By the way, good morning, Pit Pirates. Arr, arr, Pit Pirates. Arr. All right, cool. Yeah. So that's what that looks like. Let's go around the world. My Windows taskbar will not hide anymore. All right. Thank you, Windows, for, yeah. All right. So let's start with the commodity area. What does the bottom say? I can't see it either. I don't have my glasses on. Take what you can and give nothing back. Take what you can and give nothing back. Arr! Cool. My oh my, WTI, source of many of our concerns. Okay. Interesting. Okay. We're at a key point here. Key point. Okay. At the very least, you would think something like that. Okay. But as we're getting closer to 100, maybe it stabilizes. I'm not really making a call for that. But you have two choices of thought, right? Well, actually, there's three. So the way you trade this kind of trap, right? You sell at the high of the trap, or you sell at the break roll reversal of the trap. Okay. But what's the name of the game as a bear? You sell high. So where's the next high? I mean, that's really what you need to be thinking all the time. You don't want to get caught on sort of tricks of the trade. No. You want to say, where's the next high? Okay. You can measure it that way, or you can go back a little further. Okay. So you can say, well, like that. If you're a bear. Okay. I always like to watch these as well, because what can happen is you just pop back up in the range and you stay in this range. Okay. Whatever. But the way we woke up was there was a lack of terrible news, which is good news. Okay. So, right, that's just in scalping mode. We can kind of look at this on a bigger point of view. Okay. See where we are? We're back to 1 standard deviation above the mean. Looks like we're 3 or 4 standard deviations from a mean. That's crazy. Okay. Looking at it this way, we're just getting back to what someone might think is a buy zone. Okay. Are you going to buy it here? You need to be thinking about these things now. So, right, there could be a little price action opportunity here. You bounce on this old, roll reversal, defending 100, and then it kind of works its way back up. Okay, it's one way of looking at it. Sort of like that. Okay, like if you were setting up a head and shoulders or crown pattern, what would you be looking for? Okay, you'd be looking for a shoulder trade, like, right? There's a shoulder resistance. And then this would be sort of a crown. And so if there are bulls, they're probably going to look at this. All right. Simple rule reversal near a psych level. So if there are bulls, right, they're going to try, right? Not that you should be a bull, but there are likely to be bulls. Taking a look at Goldie here. Zoom in, smaller time frames. This is, again, sort of scalping mode. Okay. So gold was way up here at the market open. Okay. Dropped. Came back for Asia. Dropped. And now has come back for the United States. The American market is opening. Are you going to take this down or up? What are you going to do? What you going to do? Shit, I got a pocket full of pips and my homeboys do too. Huh? So you got to make that decision before you go into the market, right? Are you a bull or a bear? What do you think? You got an answer for that one? Mikey's like, hey, bearish. Mike says, big time. Joseph says, yo, sell that, man. Sell it. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Calvin's a biggity bear. Okay. We can switch this out. I can give you a day trading target if you want a day trading target. Okay. You can go, let's do day trading bearish bias. Okay. So like I said, we opened here, roughly. We opened here. Oops. We opened here. So in that moment, the target was, let me open this up, and I want the conservative and aggressive target. Okay. Okay, the conservative target is 1950. The aggressive target is 1940. Hua? So let's go back to a 5-minute chart, zoom in here. Okay, and this is the New York Open, which is, we'll call it 1970. And we're dropping somewhere between 20 and 30 bucks. Okay. Okay. What do you think? To about here is the conservative target. Down, 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 up, up, down, down, down. Profit? Okay, what do you think? Okay, that's follow through from here. So the same target way up here Okay? That just fulfills the destiny for the day. Now, let's pretend you're also a bear for the week. Okay, so it's going to look this way now. And the target for the week is 1900. So let's do a poll. Yay, let's do a poll. Will gold hit $1,900 this week? See what you guys think. Bup, 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 bup. Good day, Pete. G'day, Pete. Couple more votes, please. I need just a few more votes to make it statistically reasonable data set. Cool. Thank you for that. Sibo says, what? We already know, Sibo. It's not even a question anymore. Oh, I see. I guess you're joking. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So most people say down. Great. Well, good. That's what? Maybe a risk off play or something like that? Yeah. Interesting. All right. 2/3 of the market say down. Well, there you go. Bitcoin coming down. Okay. What do we see here on a 5-minute? Higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, double top. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Okay, and we're caught back in that old range again. Okay, so what does this tell us? How can we read this chart? Neutral. That we're not risk on, nor are we risk off. And I would carry that forward to the market this week. I think there's so much news and so many different, let's say, market participants that are eagerly or fearfully waiting for this week to happen. There's, that you're going to have forces from all directions. And I think this week will be more risk than opportunity. And which means, one of the things we were talking about in the day trading group last night is, let's say in a normal market, you get consolidation in a time of going into a risk event in a normal market. But I think this week is such a unique week that in contrast, we get a week that does this, and it starts to consolidate, and then we get higher highs, lower lows, higher highs, lower lows, and going from sort of a week like this to a week like that. So you're like, phew. And what Bitcoin's telling us is like, maybe just play it cool, man. Just play it cool. Okay? Play it cool. Right? Just relax. But then again, don't jump in and take this market. You got to be careful. So if you're going to do something, right, because when you're looking at, let's label this, potential A and potential B. With potential A, you trade inside the apex. In potential B, you trade the extremes. Okay, you see? And so now I'm reading, something that is a good measure of risk aggression in the market. And if anything, this tells me consolidation, which says just be careful the rest of the week. The rest of the week, you will get volatility. You could make a lot of money this week. But the flip side of that is you can lose a lot of money this week. And, you got to be careful because reward is a function of risk. Okay. Now, let's kind of look at some of your comments here. Like Calvin says, hey, Calvin's hoping NASDAQ could drop more. So let me talk about a couple of things here. I have conviction for two things right now. One of them is, let's say, the S&P 500 heading up. Okay? And when I mean up, I mean over the next 4 weeks. Okay? And the next thing that I probably have high conviction for over the next 4 weeks is Japanese yen strength, but not really now. Maybe now, maybe the Fed meeting creates it, but this is a 4-week outlook, which means yen can be, let's say, weak for 2 weeks, maybe partially with the stock market rally, and then it just blindsides you and flips and goes the other way. So I think this is an interesting month. It's an interesting week. There's a lot of really cool but scary things going on in this market. So do what you got to do. I'm not talking you in or out of anything. Just be open-minded that things can quickly change. That's all. Okay? Totally agree. Over the next 6 weeks. Yeah, sure. 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever. Yeah. Okay? Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay? Cool. Cool. Great. Nice. Fine. But looking at Bitcoin, though, you'll see like even an Elon Musk tweet hasn't pushed that up, to 50,000. Okay? Hang on, which just reminded me I need to do something. I'm going to move that over there. All right. All right. My oh my WTI. Let me ask you another poll. Let's do another poll. Once again, I just want to get your opinion, and we'll find out what the community thinks. Please take a look at the poll I just posted. Okay, just a few more votes, please. And 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Ignition. Lift off. Night flight to Venus. All right, here we go. 41 people voted, and 2/3 of market participants believe oil will stay above $100. We're at 105 now, and like I already did earlier, I can't remember if it was this stream or the last stream, but you probably want to look at that level right there, which is 102, 103, something in there, 101, okay? 101, 101 and a half, 102, somewhere in there, you might want to pay attention for some support. Okay? What do you think? Smell like a plan? Let's take a look around on the world. Let's start with dollar pairs. Okay. Great big pig on the move. Okay, remember Bank of England has an interest rate decision this week. Okay, before it's technically bullish, it has to breach this area. Technically, this is still bearish. On the 1 hour, kicking off of 50, or we might kick off of 55. Instead, you want to look at this on the 4 hour and say, we have the 4 hour 21 and a roll reversal here. So technically, remember, this is not an opinion. Okay, technically, you want to look at this area here and then follow that up with something that probably looks like, you know, lower low, lower high, lower low. That's what it says. It's not a prediction. It's just what it says. Okay, very similar to what happened before. Down to support, up to dynamic resistance, down through support, up to dynamic resistance, and then down. That's if you believe in the trend. Sure, Don. Wayne at fxbootcamp.com. Okay, coolio. So that's what that says. Target, by the way, based on pivot points is 129. If you kick off 31. So 200 pips to the downside if you catch it. Great. Great, fine, good. Good, fine, great. So that's your pig dog. Okay, check this out. Wayne, why do you use pivot points? Why? Because of stuff like that. Okay, cool. Then we drop into our price action. You see I have it marked here for a roll reversal. There's the up for midweek. We top out on Friday, new lower low. So if you believe we're in a downtrend, aka you're a bear, okay, there's a couple of things you could look for. And one of them is kind of one of these things. Okay. Now, you could also be neutral and say on the 4-hour, we've hit this line in the sand. This is a 200 EMA. And what I call that is the fair market value. And to say the same thing, only different, that's where bulls and bears agree about the price. Everybody agrees that that's what Aussie dollar is worth. So is it an entry? No. So in my book, I say that that's not an entry. It is a target here if, consider it basically a mean reversion. So this is the mean, and we went too far, and so we came down, and now we reverted back to the mean, and now bulls and bears agree, which means nobody has any advantage. Okay? And that's that. And why do I use pivot points? Because I observed that in the marketplace. Remember, I'm self-taught. So I didn't take somebody's course. I didn't buy a DVD. I didn't go, because back in my day, you bought DVDs or you went to the Hilton or something. No. I'm trying to think of Sheraton. Yeah. You went to the Sheraton and you would attend a weekend seminar, and you'd walk into a room and it was $3,000 to learn how to trade Forex. And they're like, this is a MACD. And they teach you how to trade MACD and how you can make millions of dollars making a MACD. And that's how you learn Forex. So I'm like, I don't want to learn that way. So I learned through observation. Okay. And my observation says, you know what? That seems to be important. Okay? This seems to be important. Those are just monthly pivots, by the way. Some people get lost. There's so many lines. I don't know what's going on. All right, well, let's just kill this. That's monthly. That's what I thought. We'll just make that 1. And then we'll just kill this second one. So now that you can just see the pretty lines without anything else in the way. Okay. Cool. Okay. So we opened here, which predicts here. And then when you hit this, it predicts back to here. Or at least that's what I say in my book. Cool. Now, when you think about it, again, I wrote my book so many years, a decade and a half ago. Okay? I wrote the book. I was 15 years old. And it's still, right? The stuff in the books still works today, which means there might be some longevity to my ideas. Now, you might have got yourself on a list of gurus. And many gurus, they send out a new trading system that you need to sign up for and learn. And I would say, well, if it's new, why do you need it? Why do you need something new? What, all the other stuff you used to know doesn't work anymore? So there's nothing new that I do. I don't do anything new. Okay? I use all these indicators to separate market forces from price action. That's it. You got to know what the market is doing, and you need to know what price is doing. That's it. I don't care how you do it. I don't care what tools you use. I don't care if you use binoculars or a microscope. I don't really care. Market and price. That's it. Taking a look at Eurodog, what do you think about this one? Are you going to play that as a high or a low? See, this is all reference based on whether you're a bull or a bear. Okay, so there's a bottom here, and there's a top here. Okay? Bears sell high, bulls buy low. So a bull could wait for like this and you'd just be fine, maybe. I mean, we don't know. The other side, if you're a bear, you might look for something like this. Okay? But based on technical analysis, this would hold. So again, we were working on this in the day trading group last night. I'm like, why do you know it's going to go up here if we get down there? Well, that's supposed to be an arrow. Okay, why do we know that holds, that will hold if we come down here? Because you think it's support. If you think it's support, then it's going to hold. Okay, the second thing is if it breaks despite what you thought, well, then you're going to still trade it this way. But you wouldn't expect a break per se unless you really are confident in the trend. And of course, then you sold here as a bear. Okay? See, a confident bear just sells there. And so if you sell here, what's going to happen? Okay, it's going to come down here and then it's going to break. Okay? Okay, cool. So cool, great. Okay? Bulls bought double bottom, bears selling roll reversal. And amateurs are doing something in between. Okay, so what do you think? Okay, you have to have the opinion first. Okay, down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 down. What do you think? Double bottom before some up? What do you think? Take a look at this. What do you think here? Okay, this is the idea of roll reversal. Okay, and so what you want to watch in this case, what does price do next? Okay, it can come up, and what that means is the downward move might be taking a break. Or instead, if it does this, it's not taking a break and your re-entry is here. Good morning, DK. Okay. Rinse and repeat of this. Just want to drag this across from before. Okay. I'll get rid of this bigger one. Guess they're probably both going to go away. No, that's good. Pay attention. Look at this on the bigger time frames. Yeah, you can see this. You can see how well that held. Very interesting. Yeah, Darko, man, we've already done 2 webinars today. Where you been, buddy? This is part 2, man. Yeah, like if you're measuring, well, this only goes back a little bit, but just even this idea here that if you're looking at this measure here, you know, again, this only goes back to here, not a little higher, but it's pretty close. You know, it's saying we're one standard deviation, plus it's a roll reversal, all that kind of stuff. So a little more dollar strength. Yeah, Americans changed their time. Okay. Oh, really? Yeah. So Aussie and Kiwi coming down a little bit. Pig kind of going up a little bit. Sounds like fitty, huh? Take a look at pounds specifically. Let's go not quite daily. Okay, pound yen trying to get some up. Cool. Euro pound. Interesting. Let's go back to an hour. We had this kind of as an, right? So euro, pound a little stronger than euro, quadruple top here. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Pound Swissy. Okay. Let's kind of take a look. What's it trying to do? Well, we're playing off the old roll reversal here. And a breach of that kind of gets us to maybe the next level, maybe a little closer to that. Drop into a 15-minute chart and see that we're at resistance. Okay. And so we kind of want to pay attention to, you know, retests of this price. Okay, right now, little bit of a higher high, not really on the longer term, but right, like this could be, let's say, yet another part of the top of the range. So very often what I do with the range is I look at the primary and secondary support and the primary and secondary resistance. And it kind of looks like this, right? If I was going to draw it that way, I'd probably use these as the primary levels. So even though we're up here, it's not really a breakout yet. Okay. So we'll see if this trade stays alive. Okay. I'm sort of in nomad's land. I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. Now, pound Aussie, okay, taking us to the next level. And so the way I look at this is, you know, are we going to get past resistance, which is here? You see how this could be resistance, and then we roll over down to support? I think that's pretty reasonable. Not that it will happen, but it certainly could, right? Richard says, I still believe pound is stronger. Well, it is now. Okay, so Bank of England raises interest rates this week. Okay, that's pretty reasonably certain. Now, they may not, and that would kill your pound. But also they could raise interest rates and say, because of the geopolitical risk, that's probably it for now, or something to that effect that worries people. They could say we're raising interest rates despite likely falling growth, which is like, once again, not good. So the risk event this week is on the BOE, so this could start strong and end weak. And that, I believe, Richard, that's what's being played out. Okay. Now, another way of looking at this, though, is this double bottom creates a higher high, higher low, higher high. Cool. Cool. Right on. Okay, that's technical analysis. If we zoom in, maybe on, let's do the other way. Okay, that puts us up to about 183. Okay, and that is where our target is for the week. So go back to the 4 hour or even 1 hour. So what you'd probably look at, Richard, is this, where this goes sort of up, down, and then up next week. What do you think about that? Richard says, but the Aussie is strong. It's set to raise interest rates. Absolutely, totally not. You couldn't be more wrong. Nope. You should, right? No. Now, we can read the meeting minutes and see if that's changed. And maybe I'm wrong. But the last time I heard Governor Lowe, he said not till, okay, wages, aka wage growth, are above 3%. So no. Okay? Not my opinion. Not my opinion. That's what Lowe said. So when you read the meeting minutes tonight, you should go over that and see if maybe that opinion has changed. Okay? And by the way, the UK is raising interest rates because their inflation is at 5.5% and rising. The United States is raising interest rates because their inflation's at 7.9%. Okay? So this is UK. This is US. Okay? Australia has an interest rate of 3.5%. Okay? Less than half of the United States. Significantly less than the UK. Okay? So they are nowhere near interest rate hikes. Okay? Matrix, is that a rap? I think Matrix is writing lyrics to a rap song. I'm just trying to get the beat. Oh, I thought that was good, Jim. I was trying to get the beat to that. Eyes open, trigger ready. Yeah, no, I was just trying to get the beat to. It sounded like he was lyrical on that one. Cool. No, but I appreciate what you're doing, Jim, though, too. Two things I appreciate a lot is, respect and loyalty are probably the two biggest things in the world for me. Okay. So anyway, yeah, pig's doing all right. And yen I would expect to be weak before it's strong. Just out of the necessity of it becoming strong, I think it'll be weak. Right? So let me say this differently. Let me pick some. I'll pick on pound, okay? Because pound is strong right now. Great. So pound goes up. How far? I don't know. How far do you want it to go up? Right, Lucas. Yes. So that's indirectly, that's what I'm also saying, that I also have respect and loyalty to Jim and yourself, for example, right? Cool. All right. So anyways, you look at this. This is pound yen. Okay. This is your beast, pound yen. Great British pound versus Japanese yen. Greg, going into, well, I guess both really, Greg, but thank you for noticing. It's one of these things where, because of the risk profile of this particular week, I'm trying to stay away from pure dollar pairs because there's so much, we'll call it noise around dollar that I don't want to promote it this week. I'm sort of just kind of skimming through. What I'm trying to promote is risk aversion, and that ultimately the market can move dramatically one way or the other. Which way? Not really sure. I mean, I have some guesses and stuff, but really, who cares? And then the second part of that is I can guess on a direction, but what I fear is it goes both directions dramatically, and amateur traders get caught making all the amateur mistakes of chasing and all that kind of stuff, and adding to losses and jumping in late and chasing price. And no matter what happens, even if people made money, they're going to reinforce bad trading habits. So I'd rather just not really promote it. I've talked about this week's importance for months, okay? So now we're here. Do what you want, but look at this. Really, you have two choices. You can look at this week's volume and volatility as an opportunity, or you can look at this week's volume and volatility as a threat. And what I want you to do, right, outside of that thought process is think long term. Where are you going to be in 5 weeks? Where are you going to be in 5 months? Where are you going to be in 5 years? And how important is this week to all of that? Well, somewhat, but not dramatically. Okay? So I'd rather you look at some of the, so instead of promoting dollar, let's say I'm kind of tiptoeing around it and showing a bunch of other things and other ways of looking at things. Also, okay, also there's this idea of, because of the geopolitical risk, we went through a period of selling off the pound and selling off the euro, okay, because of that geopolitical risk. And so in that case, a lot of things did really well. Now, euro has recovered, and I think primarily because parity on the euro with Swiss franc. Yeah, Darko already mentioned that earlier. Yeah, it's a big deal. Now, Darko says the semiconductor supply and stuff. Now, here's the interesting thing, right? So I heard this on Bloomberg. Shenzhen closed. Then they think Foxconn is right. Then they think Apple. Because the Foxconn facility in Shenzhen, and Foxconn assembles Apple iPhones, therefore iPhones are down or something, right? And this logic you just get in the media all the time. Yes, Shenzhen is shut down. Yes, Foxconn has a factory there. Yes, they do some assembly there for Apple, but I think the vast majority of it is not made in Foxconn Shenzhen, but Foxconn Taiwan. Okay? So, sort of, but kind of misreported. Like, it doesn't quite add up to, but once again, I'm not an expert in these things, and you would hope that like the Bloomberg or CNBC reporters are actually talking to the to the Apple and Foxconn analysts that know these companies inside and out. But sometimes this news just gets reported quickly and they're like, Shenzhen's down? Oh my God, iPhones are going to be down. Yeah, maybe that's scratching the surface a little bit. Richard says it almost has to be a pullback and let other currencies catch up, in my opinion. So that would be, profit taking and exit, right? But anyway, so let's go back to this, right? If I want this pair to fall, then I want it to rise. Rise. Isn't that funny? So this would be a plan, or this would be a plan. You see? Okay. I want this to fall, but I don't think it's going to happen yet. I think I'm early. So I'm going to look at that. And in fact, I can go even a bit further out and see if there's anything even above that. Not really. So I have a plan. Okay. Isn't that interesting? So we'll see. We'll see. Wow, I'm just looking at the old history here. I look at this and I have fond memories. Let's see if I can get one more in here. I remember this right here. We waited so long for this. Wait, that's not it. That's 15. Not that one. It was this one. There it is. It looks very similar. Wow, that's amazing. Anyways, I remember waiting for this. We waited and we waited like months. We waited and waited months for that. And we crushed it. Crushed it. Crushed it. It was unbelievable. Massive, massive, massive turning point. Massive, crazy, ridiculous. Cool. Amazing. Just, it's fun looking at these charts because I remember waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. This week, no, not this week. Next week, maybe next week. Maybe this. Maybe a double top of a double top. And then, and I just remember us even cheering. It was so good. I mean, look at it. 43, 42, 41, 40. I mean, look, it's just unbelievable. Like, it's just unbelievable. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of pips. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Those were the days. Very interesting. So anyways, I want this to go up so I can sell it. Okay? But then again, I'm not stupid about it. I'm not going to gamble. If it doesn't set up, then I won't trade it. So anyways, we'll figure it out when we get there. All right, I'm tired. I'm spent. So peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. If you're in my day trading group, I'll see you at 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you're in my day trading group, you'll see Ryan at 2 a.m. Eastern time. And for everyone else, I'll see you at 8 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Remember, it's a super big week with super big risk from all different currencies. So focus on what you need to do, right? Set your trade plans up. Maybe stay small this week. And don't forget, you got to do your job. Your RBA meeting minutes are coming out this evening. Do the job, huh? Don't cut corners. Hey, that just happened. Cheers.